God, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. I'm going to go into Daniel chapter 8 with you. A little bit of prophecy, since it ain't, ain't nobody out here. If somebody do come out here or whatever, I'll end up talking to them. But for right now, we're going to go into some prophecy. It is one of the first prophecies me and Mahar learned together. We go over it often. That's crazy. There's 2 women in there listening to that. That was nuts. But we go over it often. Me and Daniel 8. I want you to start at verse 1. Daniel 8, start at verse 1.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me, Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first.
So, when you're reading in the scriptures, Belshazzar is known as Nebuchadnezzar's son. Throughout history, Belshazzar was not actually his son. He was like one of the higher ups that was left in the king's stead, right? That's who Belshazzar was. He was left whenever the king would go out and handle certain business and be off and do other things in other lands. Belshazzar was the one left in charge, right? So guess what? He would be known as the king, right? That's just that. Because I looked it up one time. I was like, this ain't Nebuchadnezzar's son. I was just talking about. Wasn't a lot of information on him, but that's what I came up with. But we can keep reading.
Verse 2. And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam. And I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai. Then I lifted up mine eyes.
My bad, what's up? My bad.
It's saying, then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the other higher, and the higher came up last.
So, Daniel is in Babylon, and he gets a vision. He gets a vision about a ram with 2 horns. Now, we know through the scriptures, horns represent power. They represent strength, right?
That's right.
That's just what they represent. So it's a ram with 2 horns. Now, the way that the Bible reads is it's going to give us an interpretation down at the end. And I'm going to jump down to the interpretation so we can see what this ram is to clear the confusion, right? Read verse 20.
Alexander the Great. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. If you know, you know. It's a son of Philip, king of Macedon, and Olympias, and Salakia, an Epirote princess born in 356 BC. Although not named in the Bible, he is described prophetically in Daniel, the he-goat from the west with a notable horn between his eyes.
All right, so there you go right there. Right? And he said, though he's not, named in the Bible, which is not totally true. Read 1 Maccabees 1:1. Let's see what this say.
This is 1 Maccabees 1, verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chedam, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
We see it just said exactly what that just said, right? So what do you mean it's not in the Bible? I showed my brother, gave him the Bible app. He read that. He said, nigga, what? Nigga, it say Alexander right here. Yeah, I know. This is why I'm in the Bible so hard, bro. I get it. I know. And I had to explain to him. I was like, Daniel was talking from the Babylon perspective. Alexander the Great came hundreds and centuries of years later, I think. I might be winging it. But I know that he came in the future, right? You had the Persians and Medes that was ruling before Alexander was ever even thought of. How could Daniel know this? How could Daniel understand this? We got people living nowadays who don't even know who Alexander the Great is. How the hell Daniel know? And Alexander wasn't even born yet, right? But jump down to verse 20 in Daniel 8.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 20.
Bring it out.
The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia. And and the rough goat is the king of Grecia. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
So we see that the ram is the kingdom of Persia and Media, right? Persians and Medes. And when we were reading in Daniel chapter 8, verse 2, I believe it said that the one horn rose above the other. That's because the Persians had more power. The Persians had more power and they were a greater nation than the Medes. So they rose up higher. And I always tell this, I like to teach this a lot. Whenever you have a joint, like 2 nations joint together, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you spell it, one nation is going to be above. That's just what it is. One nation is going to prefer their people more than the other people. We see it throughout history. We see it throughout history. One nation is going to prefer their people more than the other. Right? It's just history. But go back up to Daniel chapter 8 and verse 3. So now we know that the ram with the 2 horns is the Persians and Medes, right? Let's keep reading.
Look at Daniel chapter 8 and verse 3.
Look it up.
Then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns. And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beasts might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand.
So real quick, that's how mighty the Persians and Medes was. I believe that they were called the Achaemenid Empire. Let me see if I'm saying this right. Let me see. The Achaemenid Empire. There we go. That's what that was what I was trying to see. The Achaemenid Empire. And if you look up the Achaemenid Empire, you'll see that they conquered a great, vast land, which is what the Bible is describing right here. Say it again. Who are those people? The Persian Medes? Elam? That's a great question. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, that's something I have to sit down and open up, get into Genesis about, because that's not something I just regularly study. I'm not gonna lie.
You got the original people, then you got the people who live in the land today.
Yeah.
And that's most often always different.
So modern day Persia is around Iran. But do Iranians call themselves Palestinians?
So would they be Syrians? Would they be Syrian?
Palestinians
Arabs?
Hamites.
Yeah, absolutely. They wouldn't be Turkey. Greek, German, Spanish. They don't even.
It's a good topic to go into, though.
About what you said about the East Indians, I believe that Elam. So
I think we got our chart up here to help us out.
Yeah, Elam is East Indians. Yeah, Elam.
right.
But is that the Persian Medes?
Persians, the Persians. That's what I was used to getting away with. That ain't Persians.
So if we
What the
say
fuck you
that,
talking about?
that'll be Ishmael. Or, yeah, Yashmela.
Ishmael is Arabs. And that's like you said. We gotta sit down and get it.
Hey, you know, watch Nightcom right quick.
Ishmael is in there.
I'm normally in Paul, man. All right, cool. Let's get back to this Daniel chapter 8, though. Daniel chapter 8. If you want to look into it, it's called the Achaemenid Empire, where the Persians had I think they conquered at that time was the greatest conquering of land that there was up to that point, right? That's how hard they was. Even shit, you can look at all these movies with Xerxes, the 300. You know what I'm saying? Where the niggas was like the immortals, all of that. They had.
Y'all believe in the Bible? Y'all believe in the Bible?
he said turn it.
That's crazy.
Nah, he was actually trying to be respectful towards us, because Buddy rolled down window and he was telling him to turn it down some, cause he niggas is talking. Buddy didn't get the message. He didn't get the message. Yeah, but he was, to be honest with you, buddy that was closer to us, he was trying to be respectful to us. Driver was on some whole different stuff.
You don't want to hear nothing they talking about.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them.
Bro, they the Israelites. They bad, bro.
They back.
You ready to go smoke this joint?
Yeah.
But right. Let's keep reading.
Verse 4, I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will, and became great. And as I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes.
So we jumped down to verse 20 earlier to read about who was the goat, right? The goat was the first king over Grecia. The goat was Greece, right? And then the horn in between his eyes was the first king, I should say, my bad. It's Alexander the Great. But he's describing a goat. It says that he was moving and he didn't touch the ground, right? What does it mean he didn't touch the ground? It's going into how fast he was moving, right? I'm gonna look it up. I think it was in a span of like 12 years, but let me see. How fast did Alexander conquer the world?
Something crazy fast.
Alexander the Great. Malachi's wife over there on folly, man.
Can you see that?
Why you
That was
rib over
crazy.
there on folly, man?
Yo, that's crazy.
Get your rib,
Bro,
man.
that's crazy.
Nah, brother, now you don't know her. You get your house in order, brother.
Dog, that's crazy.
All right. It says a great conqueror in 13 short years he amassed the largest empire in the entire ancient world, an empire that covered 3,000 miles, and he did this without the benefit of modern technology and weaponry. In his day, troop movements were primarily on foot and communications were face to face. So he conquered the whole known world, and like I'm saying, the known world in 13 short years. War lasts a long time. You can be in battle with one nation for 13 years. Alexander the Great was out there moving. That's why scripture said he didn't touch the ground. He was skating. I mean, literally. And you know, my brother was asking me, he was like, you know, how in the hell was he able to do it so like that? Like, it wasn't like they had guns. I said, because nigga Daniel said it was going to happen like that. It had to come to pass. The Most High God was moving through Alexander for him to conquer all these things. Because things have to come to pass. This was already written. It was already written from the beginning, and it had to be so. Same reason Pharaoh didn't have a chance. Pharaoh couldn't do shit. The Most High God hardened his heart. What now? That's what it is. It's what you got to deal with. So that's how Alexander the Great was able to conquer so quickly, right? I'm not a fan of Alexander the Great. He Edomite. To hell with Alexander the Great. Was he a great ass warrior and a general? You goddamn right. That's just what it is. That's how he was able to do that. But let's keep reading.
Verse 5. And I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had two horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his two horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he was cast down to the ground, and stamped upon him. And there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
Saying that was Assyrians?
I'm saying that they are, Assyrians in the Bible. Assyria.
I think Persian was like a mix of a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
What's this?
And maybe
Persians descendants from.
Aryan tribes. Well, that one. I mean, you think about that, you ain't ready.
That's what I did. That's exactly what I thought.
All right, so go back to 1 Maccabees 1:1. Damn, the police out hot today. They looking for somebody. Read 1:1.
This is 1 Maccabees 1 verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chedom, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians, and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
That's exactly what we just read in Daniel. He just moved up against the ram and defeated him. It was none that can deliver him out of his hand. That's all Alexander had to do. To take out the Persian and Medes, he conquered the world. To go up and destroy the Achaemenid Empire when it was at its finest, you wouldn't see it happening like that. Nobody's trying to go to war with the Persians and Medes. That's asinine. But it was a new hegemony. It was a new world power at the time, and it was Alexander the Great with his people, the Greeks. Right now, people don't get it confused. Just because you're a Greek, that's just a citizen. That's a citizen title. It's not your ethnicity. Nobody originated and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm a Greek. What's your bloodline? Greek. No, what do you go back to? He even said it. He said he was a Macedonian, land of Chittim, so on and so forth. Brother was Edomite, right? Let's keep reading in this Daniel. You hold? What you got?
I'm
Go ahead.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his two horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken. And for it came up four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven.
So it says when the he-goat was strong, in the prime of his power, he was broken. What does it mean to be broken? He died. And it says after he died, four notable horns came up behind him. Four sources of power came up behind him. Let's continue to read Maccabees.
And made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive.
This is where the four notable horns come together. They're called, there's a couple ways that people pronounce it. Diadochi or Diadokai. Right? What that is, those are two Greek words for successor. That's what it is. It literally means the successors. Who they succeed? Alexander the Great. After he died, he had four generals that came up behind him. I believe it's Lysimachus, Cassander, Ptolemy, and Seleucid. Those are the four generals. You can look it up. Everybody can look it up. Diadochi or Diadokai. That's what's going to pop up. And it's going to give you the information on them. They all warred against each other after Alexander was dead. They wanted all the power. Ptolemy went down to Egypt. This dude went over here. Seleucid, he waxed really big. He conquered a lot of great land, and he started to wax towards our homeland. We finna read that here in a second. Come on, understand.
Just say, therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken. And for it came up four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven. And out of the one came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great, toward the south, and toward the east, and toward the pleasant land.
It says, so out of one of those four horns came forth a little horn, and he waxed exceeding great. That little horn that came out, his name was Antiochus Epiphanes. Right? Antiochus Epiphanes, when you read about him, when you study about him, you'll know that he was a very prideful man. I believe one of his surnames, I believe Epiphanes literally goes into the word God. He thought he was God himself. During that time, he thought he was Zeus himself, because that's who he worshiped. He thought he was Zeus himself. That's how prideful this man was. Pride, the scriptures say he had pride beyond a regular man. This nigga's pride was exceedingly crazy. I mean, just nuts. This nigga thought he could control the waves of the sea.
Yeah, he was like, the skies.
The fuck is wrong with this guy? That was what's wrong with him. But you see, we reading it out of the book. You can go research all this. I'm giving you all the key terms, everything to look up. You know what I'm saying? We not sitting at a PowerPoint right now, so I can't just be like, all right, look at the map. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. We're on the streets. You know what I'm saying? But all of it's making sense. And I'm finna go right back to the Maccabees. Why am I keep going to the Maccabees? Because during the Maccabees, they lived in the Hellenistic time period. Hellenistic or Hellene just means Greek. They tried to turn everybody into Greeks. That's what we're going to figure out here in a second when we keep reading. They wanted everybody to leave their customs. They didn't just do it to the Jews. They did it to the Persians. They did it to everybody. Everybody get their hands on it. It was called the Hellenistic time period. The Greeks turning everybody into Greeks, right? Turning everybody into damn Greek freaks. And we still see it to this day with frat parties and damn niggas getting branded and all kinds of shit. Go ahead, King.
Greek is like very popular. It's like cool. It's almost like to this day, you got Thor, the God of War. That whole game is off of mythic Greek gods. Like these Greek gods are very prevalent. Like they really like they're Thor in Marvel, Loki in Marvel. He was a Greek god. What's it? We got Thor, Loki.
No. Them is Norse. That's Norse. That's Norse mythology.
Yeah, you're right.
Greek gods go into Zeus, Artemis, which in the scriptures in Acts, Hercules. In Acts, you'll see Diana. That's Artemis.
Diana, ain't that Wonder Woman?
Princess Diana. That's literally what it is.
Dang.
But
Percy Jackson.
That's Acts too.
yeah. Everybody was worshiping Diana. But even still, to your point, Zion, you're still correct. We still throw around these terms like aphrodisiac.
Right.
What the hell is aphrodisiac? You go back to the Greek goddess Aphrodite. What was she the goddess of? Love, right? Chocolate is aphrodisiac. Chocolate is something that makes you want to make love. Oysters, all these different foods, and it all goes back to what? Aphrodite. Am I saying don't enjoy chocolate? No, I'm not saying don't enjoy chocolate. I'm saying how our words are still tied into this Greek shit to this day. That's it, right? So I mean,
Hey, days of the week.
yeah.
That's
Wednesday is Odin's Day.
Yeah.
Damn, August is after a man named damn Augustus from the Roman Empire. You got damn, yeah. January, I believe, go back to Janus. Thursday is Thor's Day.
Mars is just so-called planets.
Yeah.
The planets,
They got us all mixed up with that.
the zodiac signs. Zodiac signs is crazy because that goes to the Greeks, but then you find out it actually goes back to ancient Canaanite. It's Canaanite shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I got an old book. It's going over. I might got it wrong. I think it's Babylon. I think it's going back to Babylon.
Babylon.
Yeah.
I think it's Babylon.
Bro, but look, Babylon isn't a nation of people. It's an amalgamation of people.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense then.
Just like we was trying to figure out the Persians, it's an amalgamation of people. We just got to figure out who they were. Go ahead.
But like Christian will say Christian will hear all that we just said and be like, nah, God was dealing with the heathen. It's like,
Say it again.
I said heathens, like Christianity will hear that and try to lump those people into our Bible, our God. When clearly you see that they still want their gods. They still cleave onto their God and their customs. But Christianity, for some reason, wants to make it that they want to join onto our God, which makes no sense.
If you look up, I believe it's a statue that they made. It's basically a statue of George Washington, but him depicted as Zeus. Because back in the day, they had Zeus sitting down in the chair with a lightning bolt. They literally made George Washington Zeus. It's just crazy as wild. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
That's crazy right there.
That's crazy as hell.
So Persia be like kind of like how American.
Say it again.
A melting pot.
So Persia be like something like how America is today. Then.
Well, a lot of these nations would, but not necessarily not more than what the Romans and the Greeks was doing, because the Persians, they let us go back. They let us go back to our homeland. The Romans and the Greeks, they wanted us to cut off everything. Nigga, you ain't a Jew no more, nigga. You know what they want us to do here? What they want us to do here? You ain't no Jew, nigga. You're an American. You're African American. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, I keep going back to the Maccabees because the Maccabees has the future perspective, whereas Daniel, he had the past perspective. This is our job to link them both up. You know what I'm saying? And you can get on Britannica. That's a good history website. You can use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can go in there and change anything, but this is where we get our information from. We're talking about the 4 generals, the 4 successors, the Diadochi, and out of one of them, oh yeah, we were just read in Daniel how out of one horn, a little horn was going to wax exceeding great. Let's keep reading in Maccabees.
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
It says out of one of them came a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes. This nigga was an abomination. He was a walking abomination. This nigga was terrible. I mean, I hated this nigga. Didn't even know him. Still hate him. I hate this man. We gonna read why. Man. But just like it said, evils and wickedness was multiplied throughout the earth. Let me see if I still want some more in Daniel first. What's up? He's 10 times worse than Nicanor. He's terrible. He's 10 times worse than Nicanor, bro. Yeah, niggas hate Antiochus too. I would have got that nigga. Before we get back over there, let's go back to Daniel 8, start at 11.
Look at Daniel chapter 8, verse 11.
Break it out.
Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away. And the place of his sanctuary was cast down, and an host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, and it cast down the truth to the ground.
So this man was casting everything down. He took away our daily sacrifice. He took away everything. Cast down our temple. He did all of that. He turned our temple into an abomination. He made everything terrible. And we're gonna read it right here. But right now we getting Daniel's vision. Let's keep reading.
It practiced and prospered. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden under foot? And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed.
So what he's saying is that the sanctuary is going to be trodden down for a certain time period, and then it's going to be cleansed. What does it mean, it's cleansed? It's what we celebrated not too long ago, something called Hanukkah or Hanukkah, right? The feast of dedication. That's what it is, right? The reason we celebrate feast of dedication is because of this nigga Antiochus. This nigga, we gonna read it, man. I hate this man. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. We gonna jump to verse 17.
Look at Daniel chapter 8, verse 17.
Yep.
So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision.
It says at the time of the end shall be the vision. What's it talking about? It's talking about the end of the world? No. It's talking about the end of an era. At the time of that end, that's when the vision is going to be. Let's keep reading.
It say, and I fell upon my face, and he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground. But he touched me and set me upright. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia.
So he's giving us the interpretation of Daniel's dream that he just seen. He's giving the angel is giving him the interpretation. Let's keep reading.
And the rough goat is the king of Grecia. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
So four kings and four kingdoms are going to stand up in Alexander the Great's spot, but it's not going to be in his power. Under Alexander had everything together in order. These four kings, they do not. They got everything divided up. If you have it divided up, you have divided power. Don't get me wrong, these were some great, I'm not gonna lie though, these were some great nations and empires, like Ptolemy's empire. You've ever heard of Cleopatra? You familiar with Cleopatra? That was actually a Greek, that was a white woman. I believe she comes from Ptolemy. And what was going on in Ptolemy's region? Ptolemy was a man of understanding and philosophy and all kinds of stuff. And I believe they had the world's largest library at one point in time. I was real interested in learning about Ptolemy. They had the world's largest library at one point in time. It was in a spot called Alexandria, right? That's where it was. Alexandria is where? In Egypt. Not to mention, we had a lot of our people in Egypt. This is why when you read Matthew, when Christ was fleeing from Herod, he fled where? To Egypt. A lot of niggas will tell y'all that this nigga went there to go learn from some Egyptians. That's not true. We had over a million Hebrews populating in that area in Egypt. That's where Christ ducked off to, amongst his people inside of Egypt. Don't let these niggas tell you that he was over there to learn from Thoth, and he was over there to learn from damn Ra, and that's nonsense. That's not what happened. Not to mention, he was only a baby. I believe he went over there until he was like 5 years old. You mean tell me this nigga's over there soaking up that much game from Ra and Thoth at 5? That's nonsense. That's not what's going on. But I'm telling you, man, when you really get into this history, it's amazing. It's dope. It's real dope. But let's keep reading.
Verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressions are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
This is Antiochus that is talking about. Scripture said that he's going to destroy wonderfully. That's madness. That's madness. In the scriptures, he was known as the abomination of desolation. He's one of those men. The abomination of desolation. Let's keep reading until we get to him.
It say he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days.
All right, so he said, shut up the vision because it's going to be for many. It's going to take some time before this comes to pass. Daniel's going to be dead and gone before this comes to pass, right? So we finna go back to Maccabees. Don't forget, it says that this man was going to be broken without hand. I was first reading this, I said, what the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Me and Mahar in here reading, because this wasn't talked to us. We were sitting there reading, and we like, nigga, broken. This nigga broken without hand. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nobody there to guide us. All we had was the Daniel. We had the interpretation, that was it. But we know it's dealing with Greek, we know it's dealing with Persians. All right, cool, let's go look at some history. We know Maccabees kind of dealing with it a little bit. Came upon First Maccabees 1, started reading it. All right, cool. Now we got some. Let's keep reading.
And there came out of them a wicked brute, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much trouble.
You got these coon ass niggas.
Right.
A lot of wicked ass Israelites that's like, you know, let's go make a covenant with them. Let's go make a covenant with the heathen. The prime heathen at the time is who? Antiochus, the Greek. Let us go deal with them. Let's see how this pans out for our people. Come on.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
So the king gave them licenses to do after the ordinance of the heathen. All the license means is permission. That's it. It just means permission. So they gave them permission to do to do the ways of the heathen. The ways of the heathen, I don't know if anybody know about it or not. It's not our ways. We don't do the ways after the heathen. What do? We move holy.
Right.
We move according to the Torah. We move according to the law. That's how we're supposed to move. Why? Because we are a holy people. We are a set apart people. If the set apart people start doing what everybody else do, guess what? They're no longer set apart. That's what it is.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
So we're not supposed to learn the ways of the heathen. We ain't supposed to get down with what they getting down with and blah, blah, blah. That's just damn nonsense. Now, am I saying this? Am I saying if it's an Elamite over here that makes some bomb-ass curry, you can't make curry? I'm not saying that. Obviously, you can make some curry. It's food. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. But this nigga doing something that's against your God, that's against your law, and he's serving an idol, you probably don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, it's not gonna be my benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people will take that and be like, I can't do anything. The damn heathen breathe. Am I not to breathe? Go ahead.
So if you go into the blue letter when it says don't do their ways, if you look at the word ways, it's going into it's not going into just it's going into like their spiritual practices. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be getting down with you can't be thinking Buddha is the way. You know what I'm saying? And Buddhism is the way. And Yahweh is the way. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, through Yahweh, that's the way to life. You know what I'm saying? You can't be getting down with when it says ways, it's talking about their spiritual practices, their spiritual beliefs, so on and so forth. So don't get confused.
Read the next verse.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
So when I first read this, I was like, the fuck is a place of exercise? We got the thing, it was already look up gym. We looked up gym, we got to the root of it. Root word of it means to exercise naked. That's what the Greeks was doing. And guess what? That's what we wanted to do. We built the gym, a gymnasium. Yeah, dead ass. We built that up, a place of exercise, and we worked out naked.
They're talking about
nasty.
In the Olympics, they're talking about something like that coming back to the Olympics.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Coming to the Olympics.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's madness.
What? Not just exercise, it was wrestling.
Yeah, all that. All that.
Wrestling.
I was looking up the Roman Colosseums. This morning. They got all of that, animal fighting, all that. And it's the reason why, though. When you look at the Roman and the Greek gods, they're completely different than all the ancient idols. Ancient idols, you'll see that there were wood carvings of these terrible looking creatures. Esau was fascinated with the man's body. That nigga gay. But he was fascinated with the man's body. That's why you see, niggas posing in his rod right there.
Right.
And his weenie right there. And, it's also in their customs, having a small Johnson was good. That's why you see all the statues of small Johnson. I'm not making this up, man. That's a fact.
They said they believe that somebody had small Johnson, like you said, was more moral.
Yeah.
Had a higher moral.
Yeah.
Than someone
The captain said, I'm not making it up. And so this is why you see all of them, when they have their idols, it's after themselves. It's after a man's body. Which is why they all, they got him throwing a lightning bolt in his cheeks all right there.
Man.
Where the nigga garment at? But hey, look at the women garment. The women all strapped up, and she petite, and it's a guy over there standing like this. What's going on? With a little boy under.
That's crazy.
What's going on
that's
here?
So why would they do the statues?
That's crazy.
Why they don't get in depth with the women? They get
Man.
in depth with
The
Go
man.
ahead and put this, the dress on the woman, you know what I'm saying? She got to be modeled.
Let me make sure his muscles is real.
Yeah. He over there putting veins in them. Come on, man. Put the brother down, man. Go ahead, Zion.
That spirit is still here with the Greek fraternities because Man, if you watch like initiations that they had to do, specifically the guys in the things I'm talking about, it's like, no, I don't want to say it.
There's always a homosexual act. with the
Always.
initiation.
Always. That's the initiation to join. Is that?
Well, Zion was listening to this morning. Was it
Give me.
Yeah, it was Captain Cesaria.
Yeah.
Golly, I don't even want to say it, man. But the Kemetic practices and stuff, and their gods of
Horus
bro, that's
and
bad.
shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's bad, bro.
It's a lot of
I don't even wanna say it, bro.
homosexuality.
There's a lot of
Ken.
homosexual stuff. Like,
A whole heap of it.
it's tough.
It's a whole heap. Man, it get worse.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
It get nasty.
It's
It gets
nasty.
bad. It get bad.
That's
It get bad,
I'm
man.
bringing that nonsense out, nigga.
What you thought is bad.
He said
It's
it's
worse
bad.
than probably what you think. It's
Yeah.
It's some strong.
And they said that's pure. They said that's the most
They
purest.
said it was pure.
Purest form of love.
How the world came to be, and a man went into another man.
They said they said
that's
get
the-
your mind out the gutter. They said get your mind out the gutter.
That's what it's saying. That's what it's saying, and that's how they're saying that creation came to.
That's they gods.
That's crazy.
That is crazy stuff.
You fashion your gods after yourself.
And they talk about Kim talk about the holy kiss in the Bible and saying like, bro, stop, just stop, bro. Y'all ain't winning that.
Yeah, the Most High God was never for that at all. But so that's what happened. We built to ourselves a place of exercise, right? And I want to jump through here every now and then. Let me
I'm gonna
see.
say something real quick.
Go ahead, King.
Hey, and that's why it's so important to know who you follow and after, because hey, and the Bible even say that roughly paraphrasing that, we're not supposed to hearken unto lies, and the reason why is because you can easily be misled into something that you thought was good and it's not. Like they pervert everything. Everything is perverted. It can come back to sexual nation or sexual conduct to one. You can just see the perversion of their practices, and like you was going into their customs, their ways, right? Their behaviors is not the way we're supposed to behave. Back in the day, hey, if it was a black man standing on the corner, more black men would have came to uplift other black men.
That's right.
But the reason why you see it say in Matthew that love of many shall wax cold, is because we went off into their ways and their customs and their beliefs, and we now shun each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't uplift each other like we used to. Hey, a while back ago, even though I don't agree with the Islamic movement, but it was the Million Man March, where black men came to uplift other black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily always have to believe what the other man is saying to come and hear what he got to say, to show that, love to one another. But we also know that love in the Bible is talking about the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And that's all.
Let's read verse 15.
Verse 15, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
So that was big. It says, and they made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. This is huge, right? Every captivity that the Jews been in is in the Bible. It's in the Bible, except the Greek captivity. They took that out for a reason, right? Except the Greek captivity, which is found in the Apocrypha. Greek captivity was taken out of the Apocrypha for a specific reason, right? They may give you all these reasons, so on and so forth, but no, it's for a specific reason. It's because they made themselves uncircumcised in that captivity. Being circumcised is huge. If you're not circumcised, then guess what? You're cut off from your people. This is why Paul, when he came, he said, Jew nor Greek. Nigga, ain't this a letter to the Romans? This is a letter to the Romans, but why you didn't say Jew nor Roman? He said Jew nor Greek. Why? We were starting to make ourselves Greeks. We were starting to become them. This is why they took that out. This is why they took a lot of these important scriptures out of the Bible, right? And the only way to be reconciled back in was through Christ.
That's right.
Couldn't be reconciled through the law of Moses. Not if you were uncircumcised. That's just what it was, right? But let's keep reading.
Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death.
Like I said, they were always fighting against each other. He went and made war against Ptolemy, and Ptolemy fleed away from him. Come on.
Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light and all the vessels thereof.
This nigga went into our temple. We just read in Daniel where he said that he was going to take the daily sacrifice away. We were no longer going to be able to go into our temple and make a daily sacrifice. Why? Antiochus came in there and took everything out of it. Remember, this is a huge building of gold. This was a marvelous place. And he just come in there ransacking and make it into whatever he want to do, right? Keep reading.
Verse 20. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly.
This is what he did to our people. Came in, took everything out of our temple, and made a great massacre of our people. And he left. Nigga left with his head held high. Like he did something great and marvelous. He just left, and he was proud. That nigga kind of got out of there and was like, I am God. That's kind of how he was getting down. Back in the gap, how we got down was if you'll conquer a nation, you'll say that you took down their God. Say we took down Greece. We like, nigga, we conquered Zeus, nigga. This nigga's talking about, nigga scared of Zeus, nigga. I was running all throughout there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's just like when David was going up against Goliath. Goliath was talking smack about our God.
Right.
He got dead in, and we see whose God is the mightiest. But
You see what I'm saying?
that's how they viewed it, like you said.
That's how they viewed it. That's how everybody viewed it back in the day. But let's keep reading. So imagine what Ptolemy's saying about our God. Man, the God of Israel, nigga. It's the nigga that delivered y'all out of Egypt. I just went all off. Imagine the horrid, wretched conversations he's having with his generals. Shit. They ain't got a guy like they used to no more. And he's kind of talking, and he's kind of pompous and arrogant, but he don't know that it was already prophesied to us a long time ago. He don't even know, but he's proud. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Come on.
Therefore there was great mourning in Israel in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion.
Jump to verse 30.
Verse 30. And spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel.
So back in Daniel, I believe it says he shall destroy through peace. How did he destroy through peace? After 2 years had been done since he had, ransacked our temple. After 2 years was up, he spake peaceable words to it. And we kind of buying it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old story over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my brother, I was like, this ain't our first time. This ain't our first rodeo with the white man. I'm just keep it a buck. It's not. He's been doing this, right? Scripture say he put his forth his hand to such that be at peace with him. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we thought it was cool, boom, fell suddenly upon him. After all the lamentation we had, it was, I believe it's going to describe it in here, but he had set men inside of our temple to where whenever we would come up to the temple to sacrifice, ambush, kill you right side out of the temple. That's what happened. He'd kill you right outside of the temple, to where we couldn't even go to the temple no more. We couldn't even go up there no more. That's a shame. That's crazy.
Right.
But it is. And if you say something to her, you know, she don't get her daddy or brother or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a grown man that was scared to do that, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, it's lucky.
but
Like you said, the same tactics they do today. You see that in politics today. Wasn't Trump just talking about black folks? I heard about that. Like he was saying, I can see all the black people's eyes. Like we so black, but he can see all the whiteness of our eyes.
yeah.
Like they talk about us, but then on the flip side, to get your vote, they're gonna talk good about you, and our people gonna fall for it every time. They're gonna fall for it every time. Hey, and then I heard another thing that a lot of times other nations will call us cattle because we just fall for anything.
Right.
We just do anything. And we don't stand for nothing.
Working like that. He told me, man, you gonna vote, man, try to make a change and stuff. That's it, bro.
They got your ass.
Nah,
finished.
not me, bro. They got you. And he one of them Greek fraternity guys too. You know what I mean? So he way,
Locked in.
yeah, he locked in.
Fully
all the
sold
way.
in.
Jake do whatever they think they gotta do to get ahead.
Oh, man.
Them Greek fraternities and shit. That's really some sellout ass shit.
Sell out. It's just niggas.
That shit is crazy.
Jump down to 41.
It's sad.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
This ain't nothing new. We've heard about this before. This shit happened with Nimrod. This happened with what was the city that niggas trying to build? The tower, it was called Tower of Babel?
Yes, sir. Tower of Babel.
That sound weird. Tower of Babel. That's right?
Yeah, that's it.
Tower of Confusion.
I ain't learned that in a minute. But yeah, they tried to, everybody tried to become one and gather together, and you know, this ain't nothing new.
They said, let's build a heaven. Let's build it to heaven.
Let's build it to heaven. God dispersed everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This happened. God dispersed everybody. They trying to do that again. The one world order. That's just what's going to happen, right? Well, let's keep reading.
Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
This is what our people got down with. We left our own ways, we left our own laws, and profaned the Sabbath day. And that's just what it was. And this is how a great multitude of our people from that point was cut off. This is why you see during the time of the Pharisees. Granted, don't get me wrong, a lot of the Pharisees was wicked. But this is why you got a lot of the Pharisees feeling some type of way. And I ain't chilling with that nigga. That nigga's Greek. I'm not getting down with him. He's a damn Greek. I don't got no parts with him. It got so bad. If the Pharisees heard you praying in Greek, nigga, it was on. You could, cause some of our people, they spoke Greek.
Right.
They kind of getting in. They kneeling and they praying Greek. Grab the stones, cause it got so bad when we forced to translate our Bible into that Greek text. It was a great morning that day. It's called the Greek Septuagint, I believe the LXX. Great morning that day. Our people said it's better to eat pork than to speak Greek. That's how bad it got. We did not deal with them. So when you got a random nigga coming up to you speaking Greek, you like, get this nigga out of here, bro. The What's wrong with you, sellout ass nigga? And he may have just grew up in that. He don't know. He don't know. He just want to serve. He just want to serve the Most High God to the best of his ability.
Right.
But what his forefathers told him was, man, them some sellout ass niggas.
You showing your nice shiny limestone.
Yeah.
In your pocket.
Yeah. Look, dog, you better relax around this motherfucker.
You better get
Yeah.
7, brother.
You better relax, man. On King David, this will happen.
Right.
You better go home, my boy. Flick a
David.
pebble ring on King David, my boy. On Moses, you better get out of here,
That's
boy.
crazy.
I do it. Ain't what's wrong with you?
I don't want no trouble.
Go ahead.
I mean, that spirit shit, like the brothers that have a color issue, man, it's like the same stuff. It's like, you know, confusion of face. Like a brother that, Jake that's in China, right?
Yeah.
And he looks like a Chinese man. You still got brothers today that be like, bro, like, I ain't rocking with you, bro. I ain't rocking with you. What's it called, Mamsie? I don't know what they say. They be like, nah, I ain't messing with you. That's still here. That's still like that.
Bro, it's hard to accept.
That happened.
That Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, that shit
Yeah.
still out.
That's
there.
it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. This because it's in our DNA. It go back so far. It just literally go back so far. Hatred for your own people. Another thing that a lot of the Pharisees will probably check you on, because I used to get confused. I was like, how the hell these niggas know if this nigga was circumcised or not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What it pull your Johnson out? You know what I'm saying? Obviously our folks wasn't doing that. They had a circumcision card that you had to keep on you. It was like a little card to show and prove you got circumcised. Nigga, where your circumcision card? Nigga start speaking Greek. I don't got no circumcision card. Get your ass out of here, dog. What's wrong with you? You ain't a part of me. You ain't no Israelite. You ain't part of Israel. That's why it was why Peter has said it is an unlawful thing for a man to eat or accompany a Gentile. He wasn't talking about the other Gentile. He was talking about our people who had turned into Gentiles, because we obviously know that's not in the law nowhere. But it became a tradition of men. You ain't dealing with them sellout ass niggas, man. We catch you getting caught with them, it's raps. And Peter had a great fear of that. Peter was a regular man, and I believe that's why he was chosen. Peter was a regular man that had regular problems, that had to deal with everything, and he had a growth period. Paul had to rebuke Peter, because Peter still had feelings and hardships with dealing with this man. I grew up. This nigga is a goddamn Greek. This shit hard. This nigga talking to me in Greek, and man, you kind of have certain emotions behind that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You have emotions, you have feelings behind that, and it was hard to deal with. Not to mention though, but check this out. Here's the crazy part. I'm telling you, you gotta get into the history. A man, who's the man during the Hasmonean dynasty, he had subjugated the Edomites. What's this nigga's name? Hasmonean dynasty it started with the Maccabees. The Hasmonean dynasty is our dynasty,
Right.
our time of rulership.
Brothers.
Yes, amongst the brothers. And there was one brother in there, I forget his name, but what he did, he came shortly after the Maccabees. He was still a part of the fam. He came shortly after the Maccabees, and what he did, he had conquered Esau. And it'll tell you, if you look up the Hasmonean dynasty, you'll see that we had gained control of Idumea, of that land. Subjugated them niggas and made them niggas become Jews. Quote unquote, of course. They had to start following our laws, statutes, and customs, which is where we get Herod coming in from out the blue. Because these niggas already knew our laws, they already knew our customs. This is where you get King Agrippa. This is where you get all these random ass Edomites out of nowhere. Where the hell did they come from? These niggas knew our laws, statutes, and commandments. They knew our God, because they had to be subjugated to him. So, saying all of that, our people actually didn't have a problem with the actual Edomites that were there. This is why when you hear Christ say, love thine enemy, it's not talking about the heathen. It's talking about our people. We had no problem loving Esau. That nigga was right there with you in the synagogue. He was right there. Yeah. Just like today.
Ain't got no problem here. What about we make all kinds of excuses on
What about the
why
white
Esau
man?
can't make it?
You didn't ask about Tyrone. You didn't ask about the drug dealer. You asked about this nigga over here.
They put their life on the line. Hey, if he can't make it,
I don't want it.
Yeah, they put their life on the line for him. But their own people, they can't do.
But I've been trying to figure, like, how can I get this nigga interested? How can I win this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to campaign for the heathens, bro.
Yeah.
When I see brothers that be pulling up to the store, go in there and buy some smoke, you know, just doing nigga shit,
Yeah.
shit that I used to do.
Yeah.
Like, how could I get this brother's attention? How could I? But you got niggas trying to do that for the heathens, right?
Yeah. He's trying to cape for the heat.
That's crazy.
He's trying to cape for the heat. It never fails. Never fails. You always got somebody coming up asking, well, what about the white man?
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Never
Nigga.
ask about nobody
That's crazy.
else.
You're on-
Yourself.
Never.
You on your way to get destroyed, nigga, and you asking about him?
Right. You are about to die.
Yeah. Are we serious?
They think wanting to separate them is setting us back. Crazy. It's like, it's a whole. We're like, no, we want to separate from them. They're like, nah, bro. This is why black people ain't do no good shit, because we want to run from the white man. Like, it's crazy.
We've had much sorrow since we departed type.
Yeah.
What is that called? Loving your what's it called? What's it called?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome. That's exactly
Go
what
to Second Maccabees chapter 9.
Stockholm Syndrome. Strong. It's strong, man. The force is strong in them.
Hell yeah. It's
Force is
super,
strong.
man, it's so, like I said, it's in the DNA. We've gotten so accustomed to them hating us, we damn near think it's love. We damn near think it's love. The way that they hate us, we damn near grew to appreciate it. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's the white man. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was growing up, shit, my mom, she was the first integrated class. And, you know, my pops, he ain't never go to school with white folks, you know. But they were always told me, you know, man, she can't use your phone, don't bring her home, you know. Hey, it's real, because, you know, it's still segregated in the South, too. You know, 'cause I'm originally from Arkansas, you know.
Yeah.
We still got the white side and the black side, too, you know.
Yep. I don't know if niggas ever been to Alabama.
Yeah.
It is a slew of niggas down there.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, it's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. It's a slew of, you go to the mall. Because down here, it's a heavily populated white folk area. Once again, we in Oklahoma. This shit sound white. You know what I'm saying? You go down to Alabama.
Black folks were here when I
Yeah, for real. You go down to Alabama, boy, you gonna see a sprinkle of them niggas there. I mean, a sprinkle. That's about it. But good. Did you go to 2 Maccabees chapter 9? We're gonna jump to 2 Maccabees chapter 9. Because I'm not gonna go in depth through the whole breakdown, obviously, because we out here on the highways and byways. Nor do I have that kind of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that damn deep to just wing it. Let's 2 Maccabees chapter 9 start top.
This is 2 Maccabees 9 verse 1.
Bring it out.
About that time came Antiochus with dishonor out the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city. Whereupon the multitude, running to defend themselves with their weapons, put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame.
So this nigga thought he was gonna go conquer some shit. And the worst thing that can happen to a proud nigga is being embarrassed. That's the worst thing. I used to say it all the time. The medicine for pride is embarrassment. Simple. Just get knocked down on your ass so you ain't really who you thought you were, right? This nigga went in there probably on a horse, arms like this. He riding on a steed. He thought he was finna conquer some shit. Got his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? You can't fuck with everybody. You got your ass kicked. And you know he's coming back mad. Let's see what he do.
For he had entered the city called Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, whereupon the multitude, running to defend themselves with their weapons, put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame. Now when he came to Ecbatane, news was brought him that had happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus. Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot men to drive without ceasing, and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of God now following him. For he had spoken proudly in this sort, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews.
So he come back and he get word that we fucked Nicanor up. You know what I'm saying? He just lost in battle. His boy just lost in battle. He's hot. He's hot. So I'm gonna make that a common burying place. That Jerusalem is gonna be known for that. You know Niggas getting buried. That's what he thought. But the scripture said he didn't know judgment was on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ever be imagining you get that imminent fear of death and you feel like the Grim Reaper behind your back? The Grim Reaper on this nigga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That's what the scripture say. The scripture say God will send an evil messenger towards you. What was coming after him was an evil messenger. It was the Grim Reaper with a scythe waiting right. I'm not talking about Satan. I'm talking about the Grim Reaper, nigga. Death. Nigga, it was death on his ass. Right? Let's keep reading.
He had a long range sniper on him.
Yeah.
4 long range snipers.
Yeah.
Long range.
He said, well, I'll
Verse 5. But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts.
Let's meditate on that real quick. It says that as soon as he got done speaking these wicked ass words, an incurable and invisible disease struck him.
So with the people in 2024 believe that nature has a cure for every illness, but we know back in the day they had herbs,
Real cures.
they had real cures.
Yeah.
They had 100% your cure for this. What the Bible say about this dude?
Bob said, "What shit that could help this man?"
He had something
There was
new.
nothing.
He had
This
something
nigga couldn't
brand
go
new.
to Satan to get help. He couldn't go to nobody.
Yeah.
You're finished.
Yeah,
He
you're
had something
done.
brand new.
What the scripture say? None can deliver out of his hand.
Yeah.
When the Lord on you,
Yeah.
ain't nobody help you.
That's
You got a monkey on your back, boy. You're finished. It said an invisible and incurable. You know what I'm saying? You bringing all your symptoms to the doctors, and they're like, "Well, nigga, it look like this. Give him this." His stomach's still in pain. Nah, it ain't work. All right, give him that. Man, that ain't work. Give him that. Nothing is gonna work. I don't care, Ginger. I don't care if you get a hold of Yaki.
Yeah.
Yaki can't help you, brother.
The shit that's supposed to work
The
ain't
shit
gonna
that's
work.
supposed to work ain't gonna work.
They don't want it to work.
He went to the finest of doctors and physicians, and it ain't gonna work.
It's like it too.
Go ahead, Ken.
There was a video I sent in the chat. Zion seen it, but it was about a lady. Her grandmother was a voodoo priest or something, and she had did something to cause herself to be. She tried to put a voodoo spell or something on somebody, and she ended up barking like a dog and bent over like they had to. They fasted and prayed for her for like 3 days, and the dude had a message for her. He said, "If you do this again, you're gonna come back in the box." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm not going." And she ended up doing it again and dying.
Can't play around with that,
You
man.
can't play around with it. You end up walking around the corner backwards trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
get this off of you.
How you gonna learn after something like that?
You're not gonna learn. If you ain't gonna learn from that, you're not gonna learn. You barking?
You barking?
You backwards, bro? You backwards right
Shorty
now.
was meant to die. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
See?
That's how several witch to me.
Yeah. But let's read why this happened to this man. Come on.
Verse 6. And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments.
That's weird.
So that's why it happened upon him. That's why it happened to him.
That's weird.
He used to torture men's bowels.
That's weird.
So cool.
That's
You
weird.
got it. God got you.
That's weird.
I'm gonna put it on you.
You're a weirdo, bro.
Now what?
How you torture man? I know it don't go into description,
Right.
but we can only use our imagination.
He
at this
said,
point,
we
you know
got,
what I'm saying?
yeah, Esau weird.
It's all weird.
Esau's weird. What are you
Yeah.
doing messing with brother's bowels for?
Yeah, what's going on? Why you do that?
What's he doing?
Why would you do something like that?
That's what he got. He was so damn wicked. God didn't want him to die by man's hands. God wanted to get him. We read in Daniel says that he shall die without hand, meaning no man is gonna kill him. This is personal. God wanted a 1v1. I'm here to tell you right now, nigga, nobody want a 1v1 with God.
Right here in front of you. You're not gonna see it coming.
Yeah. The closest thing you get to that is Jacob. That nigga wrestled an angel.
Right.
But even still, Jacob would tell you, I don't want to mess with you, Howard,
You
man.
live after that.
Yeah. Jacob got yanked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From sundown to sun up, he was wrestling that angel. That's because Jake is retarded though. You know what I'm saying? Jake missing some screws. You know what I'm saying? That's our forefather though. He was missing a little something. You go wrestling an angel.
He's like, this is feel right. I got it.
He said, y'all know they say he slept on a rock.
Yeah.
He used a rock as his pillow.
Yeah, he was strong as hell too though.
That's a mighty ass man right there.
I heard, I can't remember what scripture, I'm just roughly paraphrasing it, but he had moved the stone that it took 10 men
Oh
to move.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Off the well.
Something like that, yeah.
That's
He
ridiculous.
moved. That's retard shit.
2 of his sons went and wiped out a
That's
nation.
retard shit, bro.
Yeah.
Picking up refrigerators by yourself.
Put that over there.
Brother seen the rock, he kind of like,
Comfortable.
What is this, a Tempur-Pedic? Nigga? It's memory foam, nigga. This better than rocks I got at the house, boy.
he kind of,
He kind of shaking it up.
He had his handprints in the rock.
Yeah. This will do. Damn, Isaac probably like, nah, this nigga crazy, man.
He's so strong for no reason.
That's probably why he liked Esau. Esau was a little bit more finesse. Jake was just walking around doing stuff. But let's get back to this wicked man Antiochus. Come on.
Howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained.
So this nigga, he was still on his way to our people, to Jerusalem. And his stomach's still in great pain. So now, you know, he's riding on the chariot, and fall off the chariot, now his whole body hurt. God trying to let you know, look, nigga, this baby, you know, this might not what you want to do. But he's so damn prideful, he don't get it. Let's keep reading.
Verse 8, and thus he that a little aforethought he might command the waves of the sea.
And thus, he that a little afore thought he could command the waves of the sea. This nigga thought he could command
Move!
the waves of the sea. Yeah.
Get out the way.
This nigga thought he was Moses.
Right.
This nigga.
I said,
You know how mental, like a mental problem you must have, because you know the wind blowing this way, so that nigga, I did that.
Yeah, I did
and you got this weird nigga like, yeah, you did, boss.
You did do it.
You did do it. You know what I'm saying? You did. I know I did. Wind start blowing that way. I'm Zeus. You know what I'm saying? I'm Zeus.
Y'all don't see it?
Y'all don't see that? Come on, man.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
I'll strike lightning down right now, nigga. That's what he was on. Let's keep reading.
So proud he was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground and
So-
carried in a horse litter.
So, you see where the part is in parentheses?
Right.
Read that he command the waves of the sea, and don't read the parentheses and keep reading. Let's see.
And thus he that a little afore thought he might command the waves of the sea, and weigh the high mountains in a balance.
This nigga thought he could weigh the mountains in the balance. It says he was beyond the condition of man. This was an unreasonable man we dealing with. This nigga thought he could weigh the mountains in a balance. That's who he thought he was.
that's about 13.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I already know what that is, bro. Let's just go on to something. That's too easy. You know what I'm saying? That's too easy, bro. That's just, I ain't got nothing hard around here, man. I mean, I am God, so, you know, what can be too hard for me?
Right.
And he got these weak men that's around him. Yeah.
Right.
And they clapping him up. Yeah, you're right. You're God.
Right.
Suck ass niggas, man. He knows a couple coons in there, too. He knows a couple coons in there, man. God, our people. All right, let's just keep reading. Because right now we on Esau's head.
Unapologetic Christians. Nah.
Yeah, he said unapologetic Christians. Right. I didn't put the white man above me, man. God did. Nigga, what? What's wrong with you? Come on.
Y'all don't need to be white man and white man.
Right.
Was now cast on the ground and carried in a horse litter, shewing forth unto all the manifest power of God.
God, come on.
So that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man. And whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army.
We gotta imagine this. is worms and maggots now forming in his body. They're formed because his body is decaying. And he trying to stand it, he kind of leaning down and he kind of walk out there to stand in front of the army. And niggas kind of...
It's a noise. It's like, God, what is that?
Right, King?
What's that smell?
Yeah.
Ain't it a paint?
It's loud.
Don't they got a depiction of that?
Yeah, it's a paint. It's an old paint. His body just on the ground with worms falling out of it. And you got a couple niggas kind of like this running away because it stink. It's a dead carcass right here, but this nigga ain't dead. And you know that's so scary. The Lord can keep you alive while you're physically dead. This nigga is dead walking around here, but he's worm fall out. He's sneezing out flies and maggots.
You're experiencing your body decaying.
Yeah. Nigga, you ain't supposed to experience that to the grave. He's a walking dead man. Go ahead.
Imagine you his servant. He's like, come here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
What's up, man? You know what you smell like.
Come closer.
Right.
Come closer.
Imagine the women that he wanted to bleed. The Lord probably cut his private parts off already. Yeah, exactly. That'll probably do decaying. He probably got maggots all down there. He was a walking worm bag. He was flesh. He was rotten flesh. And the scary part is, the Lord can keep you alive. Oh my God, that is so scary. Imagine, y'all niggas know how I feel. You can't go to sleep with a damn toothache. Kind of up at night like, damn, nigga, this is worse than a toothache. This is the Lord's plague on you. Imagine him tossing and turning in the night, and he feel just shit creeping and crawling on him and in him. I can't go to bed like that. Some brothers experience the feeling of bed bugs. This shit worse than bed bugs. This nigga got body bugs. This nigga got God bugs. Nigga, these bugs is holy, nigga. It's in you. These niggas had a set apart job. Go ahead.
I don't know if brothers ever experienced, but when I was a kid, I had mites. And basically, what mites are, I think I'm saying it right. But basically, where it's on like the first layer of your skin, and they're alive. They migrate through your body. So you have to put like this, like basically like ointment on your skin, and it's like, but like you can actually see them, like they're burrowing through your skin while you're alive, and they like move. They can migrate anywhere in your body. So like your armpits where heat is where they like to nest. Anyways, I say that to say I remember as a kid I was just late because you gotta take off your mattress, you gotta take off the sheets, you gotta take off all that shit. So you're just there on your bed like this, no cover, no nothing, right? Because they'll go like you can't confect anything. So I was just there, just oiled up on this bed.
You want to tell them why?
Cause yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So I actually got the mites because of a fucking white boy. Had it, cause they dirty ass gave it to me because I was around them.
Yeah.
Like you know how you high five them or they touch a blanket and you touch a blanket. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas are so gross that I got mites from eating mites. And that's crazy. Mice from eating mites. All right, Deacon, hit me up. So I was just saying like if you really focus, you can really like it's a bad experience, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds
The
great.
shit with Antiochus, he didn't have to focus at all. They were falling out of him. When we really think about that and imagine that, they didn't have, doctors. They didn't have shit to where, you can try to numb the pain. Even if they did. Because I remember, there's certain herbs that can try to numb the pain. You can't numb this pain, nigga. It's from God. It ain't nothing you can do. You bring all the herbs, the needles, the dope, the drug. You bring whatever you want. That nigga was probably filled up on wine. That nigga drink some wine, that motherfucker fall right out of his stomach. Oh. Damn it. He can't even take down a solid meal. The maggots get into it before he can digest it. I love meditating on this because I hate this man. God, let's keep reading. This is beautiful.
Verse 10. And the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven.
This nigga thought he could reach to the stars of heaven. That is pride. Something, your mind, when you do this and you can't reach shit, your mind lets you know, oh damn, I can't reach that.
Right.
Not to him. that nigga be like, nigga, I just grabbed that.
If I was cold,
Yeah,
I could get it.
nigga, I'm Orion. Stars. I can take away these stars right now. Nigga, just say it. That's what he was on.
Right above me.
Let's keep reading.
No man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink.
Nobody could deal with that, man. You smell, man. Y'all know y'all got that. It's always, when you was younger, and you was in school with a bunch of people, you always had that one nigga that just stunk. It's like, bro, this nigga smell like boo-boo, bro. You smell like boo-boo, dude, like sour or something. It was worse than that. It was worse. You smell this man outside. That's bad. Nobody could. He was the king, especially during this time, the king of the Greek. You don't want to displease him. You don't want to do any of that. But you kind of got men that's like, I can't do it, man. Put me to fucking death. I can't do it, man. You stink. My nose hair is getting yomped up, man. I smell it with my girl at home now, man. I get done being here with you all day, and I go home and the stench on me.
It's in my washer and dryer.
Yeah. It's on everything, man. I thought a worm was on me last night. I pooed it and it smelled good.
Smell better than you.
He kind of air freshed the room up a little bit. He kind of, yes. That's funny. All right, let's keep reading.
You know, when I was a little kid, I used to be scared of maggots.
Yeah.
I used to be scared of maggots.
Yeah. Me, I'm still scared of maggots.
I'm about to say, you know how a woman to see a mouse and
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, if I seen a maggot, I'd start crying. Like, what?
We're dead. We're finished. We're done.
The end of the world. It don't even got to touch me. It's nearby.
We're grass.
If that was,
We're grass, man.
we're grass.
Keep reading.
Here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off of his great pride, and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of God, his pain increasing every moment.
So it says that he came to the knowledge of himself. The Lord set his ass down to where he was like, damn, maybe I'm not a god. He got to looking around. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not feeling the epiphanies no more, man. I might need to become Antiochus the Humble.
Right.
Nigga, this
Yeah.
shit, I don't feel like I'm the Lord Almighty no more.
Right.
I kind of can't get rid of this. It's hurt, man.
Long worm.
Yeah.
He
He said, you know what? Look, I'm kind of not feeling this old God thing no more, man.
I don't think I'm the guy no more.
Maybe I'm just a man.
Right.
You ever think about that? Did you ever look at me like I was a man? I'm kind of feel like I'm a man.
I feel like I'm one of y'all, man.
Yeah. We're all equal around here, man. Y'all are pretty dope guys.
Right.
That nigga suffering. Oh my God. I hope he make it to the kingdom so I can laugh at him. I want to look at him dead in his face and laugh at him like, bro, you suck. You suck. It says his pain was increasing every moment. Increasing every moment?
That's crazy.
Every second. This is from God we talking about. God is going to make sure you feel all of it. It's no adrenaline that's going to stop this shit.
Right.
Sleep ain't going to stop this shit.
Right.
Herbs ain't going to stop this shit. No, this is from God.
Also at some point, when your pain get too high, you pass out from it.
Yeah.
He didn't pass out.
He ain't passing out. He's staying right. He's staying with everybody.
Yeah.
You
Still with me?
Yeah.
Still with you?
He's conscious. Like he came to the knowledge of himself. He in there meditating like, damn, boy, this hurt. This hurt. But hey, it was justly so. He tortured other men's spouse. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
And when he himself could not abide his own spell, he said these words.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now everybody know
Yeah.
you can tolerate your own damn stink. No man. Yeah, he in there like, I can't. Man, this ain't getting me. You know how you smell something that stink for so long and your nose get used to it. You get nose blind to it. That nigga nose blind ain't kicking in. That nigga there like, he probably want to throw up.
Away from himself.
He throw up. He just throw up maggots. Damn it. what did I do? You know, niggas start seeking God. Niggas want to seek God in that day. Let's see what he said, because he said these words. Let's see what he said.
It is meet to be subject unto God,
Oh.
and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were God.
Oh, now this nigga get the message.
Right.
That nigga said, you know, nigga, it's kind of good to be subject to God. You know what I'm saying? I know I said all those things. I know I did that to your temple. But I kind of came to the conclusion, you know, Yahweh, you know, yeah.
It happened so long ago.
I'm a change, bro. I was born again.
You're right. I'm born again.
I'm born again, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? That nigga, your grass, bucko. The Grim Reaper already got you. He was like, man, this kind of subject. He said it's not. He said, and that a man that is mortal, because this nigga thought he was immortal. He said a man that was mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were God.
Really?
Nigga came to the conclusion. Man, y'all, after this plague, I started to realize I'm not a God.
Right.
Did y'all know that? That's crazy. That is nuts, bro. This human shit kind of cool, I guess, but damn. I've been a God this whole time. I don't know how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? What do I do now? Stop controlling the sea? Damn. I thought I was controlling everything, man. Buddy sucked. Buddy's trash.
Giving advice,
Yeah.
you shouldn't behave yourself properly.
Right. No, humble now, man. Okay. Now this nigga's the humble guy. Yeah. He coming around in a humble sackcloth and he's walking.
Listen, brother.
Shalom. Shalom. Peace and blessings. And he kind of get out of there. Peace and blessings. Nigga, you're finished. You're done. Let's keep reading.
Still stink.
Right.
This wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more would have mercy upon him, saying thus.
So this man vowed unto, he thought to make a vow to God. But guess what? God said, your mercy has ran out. You don't have no more mercy, bro. It's finished. You're done. But let's see what he say. I want to see what he say. What would a man in this kind of mindset think? Because really, you can be thinking a lot of things. Man, damn it, I just want to die now. Kill me, please. Or stop it. God, please. Come on, man. I thought we were all chosen. What about Jesus Christ? Silly ass thing. Come on. Nah, it was too. It's finished. It's finished. And the Lord is such a merciful Lord. All nations started out with a blank canvas. The Lord is not going to punish you for no reason.
Right.
Scripture even said it. If that nation repent, He'll turn His evil from it. But it's too late. All of this shit already happened. Will the nation change their God? All of it is too late.
What that looks like is giving back, because you know the law states that if you steal, you're supposed to give back 4 times, 3 times, 4 times as much. I forget. So they would have to give back so much. They're not.
You can't.
Yeah, they can't.
You can't. What are you gonna give? You gonna give us our forefathers back? Right. Give us all that trauma back? You can't. You literally can't. And so it's just raised up so much to where now, like, nah, nigga, your mercy ran out, dog. You're finished. Yeah. Let's read.
That the holy city, to the which he was going in haste to lay it even with the ground, and to make it a common burying place, he would set at liberty.
Still, the arrogance of this nigga. He was gonna set it at liberty. The place that he was going to destroy, he was gonna set it at liberty now. You niggas don't gotta pay no no tribute, no taxes, no nothing. You don't gotta do nothing for me no more. Right? That's the vow he making to God. Come on.
And as touching the Jews, whom he had judged not worthy so much as to be buried, but to be cast out with their children to be devoured of the fowls and wild beasts, he would make them all equals to the citizens of Athens.
Man, you niggas ain't that bad. Y'all just like us.
You know what? Everybody number one. You know,
We're all equal.
Yeah, we're all.
We're all equal, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're not second class citizens.
Yeah. Man, I was just fooling you, man. what Will said the other day, I was just playing with you. That's what he got on. That's what he got on now. Now, think about this. If God didn't send this plague upon this man, would he have had these thoughts?
No.
He wouldn't have had these thoughts.
He would start killing.
He would have been down there destroying. But all of a sudden, because pain came upon this nigga, man, them niggas equal. Them niggas equal with the citizens of Athens, man. You know? And that's so. Let's keep reading.
And the holy temple, which before he had spoiled, he would garnish with goodly gifts, and restore all the holy vessels with many more. And out of his own revenue, defray the charges belonging to the sacrifice.
So now this nigga paying everything back.
Right.
You have everything from the temple, and I'm gonna shower you guys with gifts and all. But that don't pay back all the people you killed. You offering swine's flesh in there. That don't amount. You can't pay it back. That's literally the spirit of the white man. The spirit of the white man is this: I'm gonna stab you in your shit with a knife. Oh, I didn't mean to stab you, man. Let me rub some Neosporin on there and put a Band-Aid on it. Nigga, you just stabbed me. You can't put a Band-Aid on that. That don't fix it. It doesn't help. He's the type of nigga to shoot you in your leg and say, damn, my bad. Go up to it, tap it, man. Let me kiss it, man. You good? Mwah. Nigga, that don't help nothing. Go ahead.
Esau put us in bondage,
Right.
did all types of heinous acts to us for hundreds of years. If you know, you know. They did some crazy stuff to us when we were slaves. There wasn't no regular slavery. But they did all that, and then they got the nerve to say, well, we freed y'all.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? That would kind of make it better.
Yeah.
Well, we freed you guys, man. What's going on?
Reparation could look like free education.
You guys having equal opportunities as the rest of us. Well, nigga, what about all the shit that happened? We're gonna throw all that back, like behind us? But if we did that to them, it's war.
You're saying that while sitting in a building that was built off of our backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody did. Remember 9/11.
That's crazy.
How the fuck I gotta remember 9/11?
As we forget.
Yeah. Why do I gotta remember this shit though? Huh? That's crazy. Let's keep reading.
Yea, and that also he would become a Jew himself and go through all the world that was inhabited and declare the power of God.
This nigga's a damn evangelist now. He got converted. Nigga said, you know what? I'm a Jew.
Yeah.
That's how much I love you guys. That's what he mean. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Kind of nudge him on the shoulder. I love Jews.
He's like tabernacles.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Where we going, tabernacles, man?
Nigga, I'm a Jew. You're a Jew. We're all Jews. No, nigga, it's too late. Now he's gonna go out throughout all the land and kind of tell the glory of God. And you know the God of Israel, man. He's been doing it, man. Will he do it? Yes, he will. Nigga, it's too late for you, bro. Come on, let's keep reading.
Verse 18. But for all this, his pains would not cease.
For all this.
For the just judgment of God was come upon him. Therefore, despairing of his health, he wrote unto the Jews the letter underwritten containing the form of a supplication after this manner.
So you got to meditate on this. God's not a fool. God's not going to be mocked. I'm almost certain. If the Lord would have healed him, he would have been right back on his prophet stuff. He would have, man, I'm God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worry about that. But if the Lord would have healed him, I'm pretty sure he would have got right back on his nonsense. Man, there ain't no God of the Jews, man. I ain't doing it. And then he would have continued killing and slaying and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That's what it always say. Esau sought repentance with tears. You know what I say? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? That's not how it worked. That's not how it worked. The Most High God, here's how the Most High God always bring this example up. He killed Ezekiel's rib and told Ezekiel not to mourn. He did the same with Aaron. Don't mourn your two children because they fucked up. Don't mourn your two children. Let Israel mourn them. If God gonna treat his chosen people like that, who the hell Antiochus think he is?
Right.
Trying to make a supplication and, oh God, you know, I'm a Jew. No, bro, it's over, man. I'm sorry. It's just over. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have, if the Lord would have healed him, he probably would have got right back on his nonsense, and it would have been right back to square one. He wouldn't have learned. Yeah, I told you niggas I was God. Y'all thought I was gonna die. You niggas thought I was gonna die? I'm Antiochus.
I can tell by looking at you, you thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. He said, I can tell, bro. Look at that, you thought I was gonna die. Look at y'all, y'all was scared. I was never scared. Nigga, where my horse at, nigga? Let's go to the sea. This is brothers, man. Go ahead, man.
The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will be the stability of our times. When Esau gets his final deserved recompense, right? There's gonna be Jake that's gonna be like, no, God, you're going too far. Trying to help them, and that's how they get knocked off. So they will have Jakes today that if they saw Antiochus, they'll be like, dang, God, chill, God. That's enough, God. And that's how they're gonna get knocked off. That's why when you see Hebrew Israelites see something that God's doing to a heathen, we don't interfere with it, because we know who our brother is. We know that we are gonna get knocked off trying to stop any judgment of the Most High God. So that shows you that in the end times, when heathens are getting destroyed, when you see a whole house is on fire, you're gonna have some Jace trying to go into that and save the white men in the fire, and they're gonna get burnt. But Hebrew Israelites, we're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah. White man gonna come out that house and be like, oh God, it was a black man that ran inside there, man. I don't know what he's running in there for, but we're all safe.
Yeah, we're all here.
God. Jesus Christ, man, he's beautiful, isn't he? And what about the black dude? Man, I don't know, man. He ran in there. Like, nobody told that guy don't run into a burning fucking house. That's what he'd be on. That's what he on. But let's keep reading.
Antiochus, king and governor to the good Jews, his citizens, wisheth much joy, health, and prosperity.
It's the letter to the Jews. That nigga kind of right. He kind of put a little heart at the top of the letter.
Smiley face.
Little heart, little smiley face. Little shalom in the corner. Yeah, love all. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys, man. Saying good, this nigga said, good Jews, his citizens, wisheth much joy, health, and prosperity. Mind you, he was on his way to make our place a common burying place. What he was on. Until the Lord put this plague on him. That's nuts. Let's keep reading.
If ye and your children fare well, and your affairs be to your contentment, I give very great thanks to God, having my hope in heaven.
This nigga's hope is no longer on earth. It ain't no hope on earth. That nigga said, my hope is in heaven. This nigga's ready to die. You gotta imagine, his legs probably stopped working. His arms is probably numb. He's probably ready to go. The only thing probably living on this nigga's body is his head. He's probably ready to go. That's the Lord put judgment on this man so cold. I've never seen nothing like it in the scriptures. This was the craziest judgment I've ever even heard of in the script. An invisible and incurable disease, nigga. Damn, that's wicked.
You're out.
That's crazy. You can't get fixed. You know what kind of fear is going through your head? Buddy made peace with it. Nigga, my hope in heaven. Nigga, I can't do it down here no more, man. I don't got too many stripes down here, man. I don't got it. Let's keep reading.
As for me, I was weak, or else I would have remembered kindly your honor and goodwill. Returning out of Persia and being taken with a grievous disease, I thought it necessary to care for the common safety of all.
Now the nigga thought it. Now he thought it was necessary to take care of everybody. You know, man. You know, I thought it was good to take care of all you guys. And just fell down with a little sickness, man. So you know, it's all good, man. Let's keep reading.
Not distrusting mine health, but having great hope to escape this sickness.
This nigga still had hope he was gonna escape the sickness. Nigga, it's over. It's finished. Let's keep reading.
But considering that even my father, at what time he led an army into the high countries, appointed a successor, to the end that if anything fell out contrary to expectation, or if any tidings were brought that were grievous, they of the land, knowing to whom the state was left, might not be troubled. Again, considering how that the princes that are borderers and neighbors unto my kingdom wait for opportunities and expect what shall be the event. I have appointed my son Antiochus king, whom I often committed and commended unto many of you, when I went up into the high provinces, to whom I have written as followeth.
So now he's letting everybody know that his son is finna take his stead, because he's incapable, right? He can't do it no more. Come on.
Therefore I pray and request you to remember the benefits that I have done unto you generally.
What the hell is this nigga talking about? This nigga said, therefore I pray and request you to remember the benefits that I have done unto you generally. Y'all know what he's talking about? He's talking about all this shit that he's been doing this last few months to cover up his ass because he's sick and fucking dying. That's what he's talking about. I sent you guys gifts and all this, but don't remember all that stuff previously. You know what I'm saying? Don't remember all that stuff when I was, because he used to go throughout the land. Anybody that was holding the Sabbath day, kill him. Anybody that was found circumcised, killed the mother and the child. That's what he was doing. But now, remember all the kind things I did unto you. Nigga, you wicked. Come on, let's keep reading.
And in special, and that every man will be still faithful to me and my son. For I am persuaded that he, understanding my mind, will favorably and graciously yield to your desires.
Because he's probably telling his child, look, man, don't mess with them. Don't, you see why I'm dying right now, man?
Yeah.
It's because I had this thought in my head, and you know who they serve? And now I'm here. Now I'm feeling like this, man. I'm shitting out maggots and worms, man. The fly flew out my fucking ear the other day. The fly wasn't originally in the room, bro. Like, it fucking came from me. That's what happened, bro.
All the stages of life in his body.
He said, that nigga had a whole ecosystem.
Ah, that's crazy.
That nigga had a terrarium in his stomach.
He was telling the son, close that damn door. I did.
Right. He said, I did. Damn. Oh, that's me. My bad. My bad. You know when he probably got in the tub, the water probably looked all oily. Probably a little blood in there. Worms floating. He probably just like, I can't escape it. You can't escape it, man. Let's keep reading. We're going to finish it out.
Probably said, fuck babe.
What'd he say?
That nigga probably said, fuck babe in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
This shit ain't going to work. Hell yeah, dude.
And all praises.
All praises, for real. All praises. Hallelujah,
Yeah.
man. This was the recompense in the payment for what he did to our people. God got with him personally. Ooh, come on.
Thus the murderer and blasphemer, having suffered most grievously as he entreated other men, so died he a miserable death in a strange country in the mountains.
And that's pretty much it. This nigga died without hand, like Daniel said. In a weird place. That's what it means, in a strange country. Nigga died in a weird place. Probably by himself. You know, he probably couldn't wait to die. I mean, you probably just meditating every day, like, I kind of hope today, like, it, man.
Yeah.
And if you can go to sleep, you know, tomorrow, nigga, I'll wake up. I've had it. You know how your body is sore from being sick, and you're just like, I'm through. I'm done. I'm so sore. My head hurt. This was way worse. This was way worse. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. This nigga couldn't even ride a horse no more. And that's what you get for messing with Israel.
That's right.
If I was an Edomite, I would look this shit. I'm like, God damn, boy.
That's what I was
We need to stop fooling with them.
Because they made themselves as God.
Yeah.
God's you got Jesus is white, Christ, God is white, the angels is white babies.
And you learn that lesson.
They ain't learning that.
He said, some of the hell yeah. Guys, they're the real Jews, man. We sold our birthright.
That's why they making videos crying.
Yeah. What's up? He said all praise. That's all I got, man. It was good. It was fun. All right, and with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah.